They say an ounce of prevention worth more than a pound of cure. If you can prevent the problem, look, you ain't got to worry about trying to fix the problem. Sometimes there is no fix. Amen. Sometimes you have already totaled your life. You know, when you can get in a car wreck, I don't care how much the car costs, you can wreck a car so bad when they just send it right to the scrapyard. They say it's total. It ain't no more fix to it. And sometimes you can bump up the little bumper, maybe bust out a window, hit the door, and they say, oh, we can fix this, no big deal. But you can get to a way that you tear that car up and they say, well, he's about to send this to the scrapyard. There ain't no fixing this. That's what we do with our life. Sometimes there ain't no fixing it. We done gone so far that there is no fix for it. Why? He said, because they did not like to retain God in their knowledge. You ain't want to think about what God said about the situation. You ain't want to think about how God felt about it. You ain't want to pray. You ain't want to fast. You ain't want to tell nobody. You ain't want to get no extra knowledge from the pastor. You ain't go to now one of your sisters or brothers. Huh?
That's right.
Amen. You ain't pray. You ain't do nothing. But I don't want them to know what's going on in my life. I got to keep this to myself. Well, that's why you in the shape you in now.
That's right.
Because you ain't want to tell nobody.
True. That's true.
That's what's wrong with it. I'm what they gonna say. That's what's wrong with a lot of black folk now. We scared to talk about what's going on in our life.
That's true.
Scared somebody gonna try to get in our business. Don't nobody care about your business. The Bible said the pastor is there looking after your soul.
That's right.
Don't care about your business. Ain't nobody trying to get in your business but you.
Amen.
The pastor is there looking after your soul. That's why he put leaders up there in front of you.
That's right.
Because they want you to go the right way.
That's right.
You don't care about your bank account. How many cars or houses you got, that's not important.
That's right.
You don't care about your spouse, your in-laws, outlaws, none of that. Trying to watch out for your soul. And unless it's going to affect your soul, we don't care. It's not important. So you ain't got no business.
That's right.
It's my personal stuff. Well, God is a personal God.
Yes, He is.
And if it's going to get you in trouble, look, like I told somebody before, look, I'll tell anything to keep me out of trouble. I don't care what it is. You can look at me sideways if you want to, but I'm going on to heaven.
Thank you.
I don't care what you think about me.
That's right.
Amen.
Thank you, Jesus.
We just got to tell it sometime. Quit holding everything in.
That's
Being so
true.
secretive.
That's true.
That's why we can't get ahead. I ain't going to tell you how I made my money, and you find out the hard way. Well, everybody got to find out the hard way. Come on. I ain't going to tell you how I got this job. I don't want to get, look, each one reach one. Help somebody out.
That's right.
That's why we can't make it nowhere, because we don't want to tell nobody nothing.
Tell the truth.
You might help somebody some kind of way. Come on.
Amen.
And we as Christians supposed to do that anyhow.
That's right.
If we Christians, that's what we gonna do. Amen. How I made my millions? I mean, I ain't got none, but if I did, I'd tell you. Because I want you to come up too.
That's right.
I ain't worried about my money, but I can sure tell you how I stay saved.
Amen.
I'll help you that way. Amen. I ain't ashamed about what I've been through. If it'll help you stay saved, I'm going to tell you how I stay saved. Amen. I'll tell you what I've been through. Come on. You ain't want to think about God. He says, so God turned him over to a reprobate. And when he do that, Lord have mercy. May he have mercy on your soul. You don't want to think about God? Well, he said he going to quit thinking about you. And when he quit thinking about you, you are now damned.
That's right.
Huh? That's what being a reprobate means. Your soul has now been damned. It don't matter what happens, you ain't going to make it to heaven no more.
Amen.
Your chances are over. You will never get in the kingdom. Because now you can't have a mind to get to God.
That's right.
You'll never have a, and people, as many people on the earth right now, don't have a mind for God.
Amen.
No matter what they go through, how bad the situation get. They sick to death, that's right. And still ain't got a mind toward the Lord for nothing.
That's the truth.
And as the scripture said, they don't get no closer to God, but instead they go further away. The worse the problem get, they go further away from God.
Yes, Lord.
Why? Because he's turned them over to a reprobate. He's already taken his hands off of them.
That's the truth.
You say, well, everybody got a chance. No, everybody had a chance.
That's right.
No, everybody had a chance.
Amen. That's right.
Everybody ain't still got one.
That's the truth.
It's over for a whole lot of people.
That's true.
Because they still on this earth don't mean nothing. Amen. I know we say you still breathing, you might have a chance. And I say might, because I don't know the mind of God. Amen. But God said here, he turned you over. He'll let you go. Amen. Read on verse 29.
Being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, and whispers.
Now this is just a little bit. This is just the tip of the iceberg. This is just where it started. You want to know what God is upset against? What God hates? You want to know what is sin? He said right here, being filled with all unrighteousness. Now he said that first.
That's right.
Meaning anything that ain't right. Anything that does not please God.
Yes.
If you say this is wrong, then that means it ain't right. And if it ain't right, then it's unrighteousness. And if you got unrighteousness in your life, you got sin in your life.
That's right.
And according to the word, the Bible says the wages of sin is still death.
Yes, it is.
He also ain't no sin going into the kingdom. So if you got any unrighteousness in your life, I believe he said in over the epistles of John, all unrighteousness is sin. All of it. But it's just a little bit of unrighteousness. They wasn't no big sin. They were just a little small. He said all unrighteousness is sin. Every bit of it is sin. People say, well, I ain't do all that much. I ain't killed nobody and do this and do that. But he said all unrighteousness. That covers everything. All means all.
Amen.
But I just told a little lie. He said all liars. And he come right here and say fornication. Come on.
Amen.
See, the Lord break it down. He don't leave us not knowing what he say. Fornication. And we talked about that a few weeks ago, the other week. And he said that first. Because that's the way of the world now.
That's right.
And he didn't split it up. But we talked about last week, he didn't split it up and say homosexuals and all this other stuff. He didn't put it all under one umbrella, fornication.
That's right.
Whatever is considered that's what he said. Amen. Wickedness. Sometimes people are just mean. They just evil. Amen. That's what it said. Evil or morally wrong. Sinful. Doing stuff intending to do harm. They ain't got no good in them. They just wicked. Wicked and evil people. Ain't no people like that in the church. Yes, it is. There's a whole lot of them like that in the church. Most of them. You find one good one every once in a while, halfway decent. Amen. But it's a whole lot of wicked, evil people in the church. They ain't got nothing good for you. Don't mean you no good. So let's break some of this down. Covetousness. Greedy. Put that in layman term. You greedy. And I ain't talking about greedy over a hamburger. I'm talking about greedy over everything. Always got your eyes open on something. Always trying to find more. Always wanting something else. The eyes of man are never satisfied. Now whether it be a cheeseburger or a dress or a car or a pair of shoes, pocketbook, a suit, money. You know, people covet money now. In fact, that's what most people preach. He's going to teach you how to be millionaires. They ain't taught nobody how to be saved.
That's right.
I'd rather go to heaven broke as a joke than have a pocket full of money. What the Bible says, the rich man lifted up his eyes in hell, being in torment. So money ain't going to keep you out of hell.
That's right. Amen.
But Lazarus, a beggar, was resting in the bosom of Abraham up in heaven. Come on.
Amen.
Amen. I'll take my chances being broke. Amen. People covet money. And they always got their hand out trying to get more, because as the more they get, the more they want. But the Bible says it'd be easier to squeeze a camel through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to make it into the kingdom. So why are you trying to teach people how to be rich? He always said they ain't gonna hardly make it to heaven, no man. But yet I'm gonna teach them how to be rich anyway. Now you already know something wrong with that picture.
Amen.
You teaching them against what God said.
That's right.
Hmm? Come on. Never satisfied. Maliciousness. Deliberately doing harm to people. Just spiteful. They got me, I'm going to get them back. I'm finna go run and tell the boss man on them. I'm going to set them up, put a nail underneath their tires. Hmm? You got intention to do harm to people. I'm going to go tell the pastor what they doing. Because they ain't right. I'm finna go get them. Keep your mouth closed. Make sure you all right.
That's right. That's right.
Because why are you telling the devil setting you up?
So true.
Huh?
Amen.
You setting yourself up. Trying to get somebody else told off.
Amen.
I'm finna run and tell this, run and tell that. And you in trouble. Amen. Full of envy. You mad somebody got something you want. They got a new car and then you mad. I don't know why they got that. They don't need all that big car. They don't, it ain't but nobody but him and they kid. What they need 5-bedroom house for? Because they want one.
That's right.
Because they earned it.
Amen.
Why they got to have on a new suit every Sunday? Because that's what they want.
That's right.
You mad because you ain't got one.
So
You still wearing the same stuff. What he up leading the devotion service for? He just got here. How you get to teach Sunday school already? You know that's what they say. They mad. They mad, but look, they ain't want to do that to get so they can get in that position.
that's right. Amen.
Huh?
So true.
How you get the new job? How you get the promotion? You just started last week. You mad. Well, you do what's right, you'll get the promotion.
That's right.
Bible says, humble yourself before the mighty hand of God, and he will lift you up in due season.
That's right.
Amen. You mad because they got this? Well, maybe it's their season. You don't know what they did to get there.
So true.
They might be doing wrong anyhow. You don't know. Amen. Let people go. Let them do their thing. Then keep yourself in check with God.
That's right.
Amen. But you don't want to come to work on time. You don't want to discuss nothing in the Bible study. You don't want to sing in the choir. Work on the usher board. You just gonna sit right there. Now you mad because they get promoted. I say get up off your shoulders and you'll get the promotion.
You tell them the truth.
Don't get mad at me.
You tell them the truth.
You mad at yourself. You ain't happy with yourself. That's all that
right.
is. You telling on your own self. I'd be mad at me too if I ain't never do nothing.
Amen.
I wouldn't like myself either if I was just lazy and sitting around all the time. Be disgusted with myself. Amen. That's the truth. That's all it is. You mad at yourself because you too lazy and sorry to get up. Old folk call you trifling. You too trifling to get in the Word and get some understanding and get close to God. You too trifling to work overtime. You too lazy to do something for free. You always got your hand out. No, you can't be blessed like that. Full of envy. Murder. They ain't talking about with no knife or gun. That the late pastor said, more humps in the ground with that old red rag in your mouth.
That's right.
Amen. Killing people all the time. Killing who they are. Trying to tear people down. Bad mouthing. Trying to bring them down. Well, you know he used to do this. You know she used to do that. Now she probably got saved. Now she got a real job. But I remember when she used to be such and such. And you still doing such and such.
Yes.
Huh? Crabs in a barrel. Always tearing somebody down.
That's true.
Come on.
Amen.
Debate. We got something to say. Sometimes we just need to be quiet. Can't tell nobody nothing for they mouth fly open back.
Now that's the truth. Amen.
There go say amen.
Amen.
Can't tell them nothing for they mouth go flying open.
Amen.
Jumping back. Don't want to be told nothing. Always got something to say. Sometimes just shut up. Be quiet.
Amen.
You need to be quiet sometimes.
Amen.
Learn how to keep your mouth closed. Hmm?
Thank you, Jesus.
They say if you wrong, you ain't look. If you right, you ain't got nothing to say.
That's right.
Hmm? And if you wrong, you better not say nothing.
That's right. Thank you, Jesus.
Amen. That's the truth.
Yes.
Cause they can't argue by themselves.
Okay.
Huh? And if you right, they're gonna keep quiet and say, "Well, I know I'm right anyhow, so I'm gonna go on." That's why I told some of my old coworkers on the job. I said, "Look, you can't worry about what them people try to tell you to do, because you ain't gonna do it no way. So what you fighting against them for?"
That's right.
They're going to say, "Okay, nod your head, whatever, and go on and do your job."
Amen.
Because they ain't out here with you. They don't know the situation. You just got to go on and do your job and make sure everybody's safe and the job get done right.
That's right.
Amen. Ain't no need to argue. Because you ain't going to do it no way. So what you arguing for? Amen. Deceit. Now see, this is a whole lot of stuff. We can't get through it all. But see, this is a whole lot of stuff of what's going on in the church.
Yes, it is.
People are deceitful. Huh? Always got something up their sleeve.
It's true.
Malignity. Wow. Whisperers. Oh, Lord. Spreading rumors. Got the gossip going.
Amen.
Dear Annie, got the gossip column at the job. You want to know what's going on? Go ask such and such.
That's the
If they
truth.
done started something, we finna fire everybody. Huh? Everything finna go down and you don't know nothing. Mind your business.
Amen.
Amen. Read on.
Backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents.
Backbiters. That means hurtful or malicious talk about somebody that ain't present. What that mean? That mean you talking about somebody but you too scared to say it to them in their face.
That's right.
You gonna wait till you get around the other folk. You gonna wait till you get around your in-laws and your outlaws, your terrible co-workers, and then you gonna start talking about your pastor. But you ain't saying nothing to your pastor when they were standing right there beside you. You gonna wait till your boss man leave before you say anything about him. You know, I had some co-workers like that. They'll talk stone cold trash about the boss man. Soon as he show up, they get quiet. So I'm looking at them like, why y'all quiet now? Here, you want to say something about him, say it now.
That's right.
Huh? Now you ain't got nothing to say. You backbiters.
That's right.
But soon as he leave, turn his back, there you go again.
Amen.
Amen. You got something to say to me, say it to my face. You ain't gonna hurt my feelings. Just say it. And keep yourself out of trouble.
That's right.
Don't worry about me, keep yourself clean. I know folk been talking about me. That's all right. They talk about Jesus.
So deep.
I know they gonna talk about me.
That's right.
And I ain't even worried. You can't hurt me. Why? Because you a hater of God. And haters of God can't hurt me because I'm covered by God.
That's right. Amen.
You say, well, I don't hate God when you ain't doing what he say do. You hate me.
That's right.
Jesus said, if you love me, you will keep my commandments. And if you ain't keeping his commandments, you don't love him.
That's right.
What's the opposite of love? Hate.
Hey. Amen.
Come on.
Amen.
But I just do a little bit, but that means you hate God a little bit. It ain't no difference. Hate is still hate. They despiteful, proud, boasters. People always want you to know what they're doing. Now you ain't got to try to look what I did. Sometimes we kind of sneaky with it. Try to tell you what I'm getting ready to do. And still don't end up doing nothing.
That's true.
We had somebody here one time, they said, Pastor, you'll be all right if I come practice. They ain't showed up yet. What do you even say it for? What are you trying to make yourself feel good about? Can I come practice on the drum? Well, if you want to, I don't care. And they still ain't come do it. So what you boasting about? How did that make any sense? You trying to make yourself look good already. See, so that's proud and boastful. Sometimes if you look, Saint, as we done said many times, if you're going to do something, most of the time Saint don't want nobody to know where they go. I ain't finna walk around here and hold my tithe up in there so you can see all $20 that I got while I'm coming around to put my offering in the bucket. People do that. I'm trying to tell you, people do that. They hold it up in the air, walk down the aisle. I done seen them with my own eye, showing what they doing. So you can pat them on the back. Yeah, I see you get your time. Inventors of evil things. They ain't inventing nothing good. There's evilness in them. Disobedient to parents. And they ain't talking about necessarily your natural parents. Because if they tell you to do something wrong, you better not do it. They tell you to go to the store and get them a bottle of liquor, you better sit right there. But disobedient to your spiritual parents. Now what did that mean? Well, if they told you it'd be best if you do this according to the word of God and you go out and do the opposite, you disobedient to your parents.
That's right.
They say, they can't tell me how to live my life. Well, yeah, they can, because that's what your parents do.
That's right.
They tell you how to live your life. They try to tell you, point you in the right direction.
That's right.
Ain't that what parents do?
Yes.
To the best of their knowledge, a real parent will point you in the right direction.
That's right.
Amen. They ain't gonna never tell you nothing to hurt you on purpose.
So true.
And a real spiritual parent ain't gonna never tell you nothing to hurt you.
That's right.
Now, they're gonna seek God before they give out some information.
Amen.
And God don't never give out wrong information.
Amen.
Now, if they gave you some wrong information, you better check up and see where they at with the Lord. Because most of the time they ain't right with, well, I ain't think too many out there right with God, no him. Amen. Read on.
Without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful,
Read.
who knowing the judgment of God, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them.
Wow. So he said, without understanding, people don't ever understand the word of God. They don't ever understand what you're saying. You try to break it down, and the more you break it down, it seems like the crazier you get. The more you try to feed the people, the worse off they get. The further away they get from God. Covenant breakers. Well, most of the time they done broke the covenant when they said, I'm going to live for you, Lord. As soon as you save me, I'm going to live for you, and I'm going to be on fire for you to the rest of my life. They broke that one as soon as they left the altar. Without natural affection, now this can go many ways. Because we see what the way the world is going. With all the homosexuality that's running rampant. The bestiality, which we talked about the other week. But they also killing their babies. That ain't natural. It ain't natural for people not to care about people anymore. And people just don't care about people at all. They don't care who you are. They'll shoot you down in cold blood, run over you, and back up and do it again.
That's true.
Now that just ain't natural. It ain't natural for people not to care about the human race. And much less it be a child. Now people is killing children. It ain't natural for people to try to tear down their family, try to tear down the church. That ain't what we was built for. That's not natural. But that's exactly what they do. They talk about the pastor like a dog. Well, if you talk about them so bad, why are you still there? If they are that bad, why are you still sitting there? That don't make no sense to me. You ain't got no sense then. I ain't mad at the preacher, I'm mad at you because you still sitting there talking about the same person. Come on. Without natural affection. Implacable, implacable, however you say it. That's unyielding. They relentless, unstoppable. They ain't gonna budge. They ain't gonna change. That's what that means. No matter what you tell the people about what God said, about what you tell them about the consequences, no matter how you tell them they can be blessed, they ain't gonna move. They ain't gonna change. That's the definition. They are unyielding. Unflexible, they ain't gonna budge. I don't care what you say, preacher, I ain't moving. I'm gonna go right back out there and play these numbers. I don't care what you say. I don't see nothing wrong with it. I'm gonna go right back out here and talk about you some more because I'm okay with it. I'm gonna go right back out here and disobey God because I think it's all right. I'm gonna still go out here and not do no work for the Lord because I'm okay with that. I don't care what you say. They ain't gonna move. They ain't moving. And these folks is, Lord have mercy, unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of God, that they which commit such things, any of these things, any one of them, any unrighteousness are worthy of death. Now we talk about it all the time. These people going to hell and they gonna die. They can't be saved like this and that. He said, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. You doing just as bad. You right there with them. You right there while they playing bingo, patting them on the back. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad you hit the number for all that money. And you laughing at they drunken stories, how they was all tore up last night and what they did over the weekend and how many people they slept with. And you right there smiling and going right on along with them. That's the same thing. When they telling you how they living their sinful life and you right there smiling and laughing and rooting them on, he said you're going to fall in the same boat. He said, have no pleasure in them, but reprove them.
That's right.
You're supposed to let the light of God shine in your life. They don't even want to tell you that stuff. That's right. But no, we sit right there and eat it up. And then he said, not only do the same, so you doing the same mess yourself. So what can you tell me if you doing this? Any of these things? Nothing. And people think this stuff is all right to do. And they go right on in the name of the Lord. And they sitting on the mother's board, on the deacon board, they up in the pulpit, they on the bishop board, they on the board of apostles, they call themselves a prophet and whatever else. They in the choir stand, they sitting in the pews, and they keep right on doing all this ungodly stuff. Well, let's skip over to Hebrew real quick. And we might get one more place, we'll see. And let's see what God say here. Now, we already done said the wages of sin is death. That's what the Bible said. So Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 26. So how, see, and that's why we like to name sin. We like to call it out. So you'll know. So you ain't going to have no excuse. Because the Bible already said all excuses going to be done away with. You ain't got no reason why you did what you did because you knew better. And any of us ever been, well, I know we all been kids, but when your parents told you not to do something and you went on and did it, and then you got punished even worse. They said, because I already told you not to do it. You already knew. Ain't like you didn't know. You knew better, but you did it anyway.
Amen.
You knew you wasn't supposed to make all this mess in the house. You knew you were supposed to make your bed, take out the trash, wash the dishes. You knew exactly what you were supposed to do and what you was not supposed to do.
That's right.
You know you ain't gonna come in here and just go straight in the refrigerator and start eating. And we ain't had supper yet. You knew better than that. You knew you ain't supposed to eat all that candy.
Yeah, that's true.
Huh? Well, let's see what happens. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 26. See, so we know what God has already told us not to do and what he has told us to do. All right, so what did he say here in chapter 10, verse 26?
But if we sin willfully,
That means on purpose.
after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sins.
I can't explain that no better.
Okay.
He said, for if we sin willfully, on purpose, you already knew what was right. He said, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth. You done heard it be preached. Look, they done told you not to do this. You better not go there. You better not do that. That ain't good. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't say it. Don't go. Don't. He said, after we have received the knowledge of the truth, you went on and did it anyhow. You knew what that joker wanted, and I tried to tell you what he wanted when he called. You knew what she did, what she was expecting. She writing you letters. You knew exactly what she wanted. You knew what that fellow wanted every time he come around you. Come on. What are you playing foolish for? You done already been told about their tricks.
That's right.
You knew what God expected. You knew God expected us to live right, to live holy,
Yeah.
to flee from sin,
That's right.
to shun the very appearance of it, keep our life holy and sanctified. You knew that.
Yeah.
But you went and did it anyway. Willfully. After that we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sin. You did this on purpose, and you think I'm going to sacrifice myself and save you again.
That's the word. That's the word.
Not so. Not so.
Amen.
I let you borrow $200. You ain't paid me back yet. You think I'm going to go to my bank account and get you another $200 and do it again? Let you burn me again? I ain't got the first one back. And you think I'm going to do it again? Set myself up for another fall. Make me look stupid. That's what we're doing, trying to make the Lord look stupid.
Amen.
The Bible says bringing them to an open shame. And we knew better. How do we do this after we know better? He said you do it willfully. It wasn't no accident. You ain't slip and fall. He told us to put on the whole armor that we may be able to withstand the wiles of the devil.
Amen.
He done already told us that. So how do you slip up and fall again anyhow? Well, you ain't keep the first, you ain't keep the other commandment.
So true.
He already said put on the whole armor of God. So you couldn't have done it willfully if you had on the whole armor of God. You wouldn't have done it at all.
That's right.
Obviously, you took off the armor. But you messed up anyhow. You purposely took it off. He said there remaineth no more sacrifice for sins. Now that's what the Bible said.
Amen.
Everybody in the Bible read that.
Yeah.
So you do any of this stuff, any of the unrighteousness. Again, the Bible says all unrighteousness is sin. And now we know what sin is. Anything that ain't right, any offense unto God, it's a sin. And if we do it, look, and as I said before, anytime we commit sin, it's on purpose anyhow. Because the Lord has already made a way for us to get out of it. You can't say I accidentally did this. I slipped up and cussed. It ain't wasn't supposed to be down there.
That's right.
I had to tell a lie to get me out of trouble. You ain't had no business getting in trouble.
That's right.
And you sure ain't had no business telling no lie.
Amen.
They're going to take your punishment. Go and get your whooping and get out of the way.
That's right. Right.
Amen. I didn't want the boss man to fire me. You shouldn't have been in that position.
That's right.
Amen. And I look, it's better to please God than man. That's right. If they fire you for doing what's right, look, go and tell them the truth. This is what happened. I tore up this machine and that machine and a whole lot of other stuff. I just did it. I'm sorry. I ain't do it on purpose, but that's what happened. I ain't do it. Somebody else did it. Go and take it. And if you lose your job for telling the truth, so be it. God got one that's somewhere else for you. Whatever it is. Save yourself. Keep yourself clean. Amen. I'm saying I ain't got no choice. You always got a choice. There's always an option. Amen. That's why he said shun the very appearance of evil. Stay out the ungodly folk faith. That way you ain't got to worry about bopping and singing a song that you ain't got no business. Amen. Learn how to turn your eyes. Every time you see somebody walk by you can't stop looking. Look, Pastor told me a long time ago, it's a whole lot of nice looking people in the world you ain't gonna never get rid of them. Amen. You can't stop looking at everybody. But where your heart at when you're looking? Don't look too long. Don't keep turning around, breaking your neck, trying to see everybody there. Come on. You set yourself up. You start to let that lust demon in, you better put him in check. That's right. So it's willfully. Ain't nobody make you do it. You did it on your own. He said ain't no more sacrifice for sin. In other words, you can't be set free from that. It's got you now. What was the sacrifice when he came down on the cross and gave his life for it? He sacrificed himself so we could be free from sin. He gave his life just for that. But yet we want to go ahead and do it anyhow. Well, he said he ain't going to do it no more. All right, let's hit one more verse and we're going to be out of here. Numbers, chapter 15. I do believe. See, people think the Lord playing when we go out here and start committing all these unrighteousness, any of this unrighteousness. People don't think the Lord's serious. And a lot of times they say, I just couldn't help myself. I just wanted to do it this one more time. We got to keep ourselves clean, spotless. That's right, holy. And we certainly ain't gonna do nothing on purpose. Nothing to purposely offend God. Anybody that's truly saved, and I say truly saved, but the reality is you either saved or you lost. You ain't really saved, you ain't all the way saved, part way. You just saved or you lost.
Amen.
You black or you white. You in or you out.
Yes, that's right.
Now ain't no need trying to doctor it up. I'm a Christian, but I don't act like that. I'm saved, but I don't do like that. No, either you got it or you ain't. Either you rich or you poor.
That's right.
Come on. So anybody that's truly, anybody that's saved ain't gonna put themselves in that position. Because you're gonna be so scared, like, Lord, even before I got saved, I told you, I was so scared I might get cut off when I stepped out them doors. I said, I ain't got no choice but to go to the altar. I was afraid the Lord might cut me off at that very moment. Amen. And anybody that has, that's why they said, you have received the knowledge of the truth, ain't no need even going back after them, because you knew better. I like to talk about Saul, because Saul knew better before he went out there and brought the king Agag back. He knew better before he brought back all them supposedly spotless animals.
That's right.
Because he was already told the truth before he went out there. But he did it anyway. He did it anyway. And he never got no more sacrifice. There was no more sacrifice for his life. He never made it back to God.
That's right.
God, look, the Lord's still the same. You go out there and mess up like that and you knew better? Well, he said it, not me. Yeah, you can deal with him. You deal with God on that one. Hallelujah. How these Christian folk keep supposedly messing up and doing all this. The devil is a lie. That's just another one of his tricks. To confuse the world. Amen. The world is getting confused with all these Christian people doing this and they doing that and they rioting and protesting and they in the liquor stores and shacking up and they got all this jewelry on and they putting tattoos on and earrings in their head and 4 and 5 colors in their head. Looking just like the world.
That's right.
Looking just like the world. The world confused now. They don't know what's right or wrong. And when they hear right, it sounds so strange to them, they think we're a cult.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Because you sound so different than the rest of the people.
That's true.
You got to be a cult, because don't nobody talk like that. Y'all nobody dress like that. Y'all a cult. Anytime you really tell the truth, they gonna stick you with it.
That's right.
Because it don't sound like the rest of the people.
That's the truth.
But we supposed to be different. We supposed to be a peculiar people. We ain't supposed to look like the rest of the world.
Amen.
I don't want to dress like them, talk like them, walk like them. I don't even want to be classified like the rest of the world. I don't want to look like them. Even with look, I'm the type. I don't even want the same car nobody got. And too many people got them cars. I don't want one. I like them. They look good, but I don't want one because too many people got them. I don't want no house like that because too many people got it. I don't want that same suit. Too many people got it. Yeah, it look good, but I don't want it.
Amen.
I want to be different. That's right. You can be the same as everybody else, but I ain't gonna be. Because the Lord broke the mold when He made me. He made me different. So I got to act different.
That's right.
That's right. And if you acting the same as the rest of the world, something wrong with you. He said we're supposed to be a light, set up on the hill. Amen. We're supposed to be a beacon of hope. That there is a difference. That you can live this life.
Yes.
Amen. He just right. Jesus proved we can do this. He came down here in the likeness of sinful flesh and proved everything that we can do it.
That's right.
And if He did it, by God, I know I can do it.
That's right. Amen.
Hallelujah. Numbers chapter 15, and verse 30. We're going to read 30 and 31, and we're going to get out of here. Hallelujah. The word is good,
Yes, it is.
and it ain't never wrong. Now we see what he said over in the New Testament. We're going to look back and see what he said here in the Old Covenant. Saying the same thing over and over again. God ain't changed. He still expects the same thing from the people. Amen. And when you get it, read.
But the soul that doeth aught presumptuously, whether he be born in the land or a stranger, the same reproacheth the Lord, and that soul shall be cut off from among his people.
Did you read that? He said, but the soul that does aught, that means anything,
That's right.
presumptuously, on purpose.
That's right.
That's basically what that breakdown to be, on purpose.
That's right.
The soul, that means anybody that do anything on purpose, whether he be born in the land or a stranger. God don't care who you are, whether you be a Jew or a Gentile, whether you saved or lost. He don't care.
That's right.
The same reproach of the Lord, you still bringing a reproach unto God. It don't matter who you are. He said, and that soul shall be cut off from among his people. And you don't know what he just said over in the New Testament. You do this on purpose, you're going to get cut off.
That's right.
You will no longer be classified as God's people. Now he said it.
That's the word.
Read on to verse 31.
Because he hath despised the word of the Lord,
Because you didn't appreciate what God has already said. You ain't like, because you felt like he was talking about you. Well, he wouldn't have to talk about you if you wasn't there. He wouldn't have to call your name if you wasn't right there. But old saying, you step on the dog tail, watch him holler. If you wasn't there, then you wouldn't have to worry about it.
That's right.
So don't get mad at God. Amen. Read on.
hath broken his commandment, that soul shall utterly be cut off, his iniquity shall be upon him.
He said, and have broken his commandment. You broke God's word. I don't mean you threw the Bible down and stepped on it. He said you done broke his commandment. That soul shall utterly, completely, thoroughly, through and through, ain't gonna be nothing left.
That's right.
Shall utterly be cut off.
That's right.
You finished. You is finished. His iniquity shall be upon him. You're going to have to carry that thing through eternity. You break God's law, you break his word on purpose, you're going to have to carry that thing through the rest of your life. When you do it, he said you're going to be cut off. You're going to be cut off from him, from among his people. You ain't going to make it to heaven. So I don't know how all these so-called Christians think they're going to keep on acting up, keep on doing all these sins that we just talked about, and think they still saved, still call themselves a Christian. People, look, pastor say it all the time, you really don't know what it means to be saved. Folks really don't know what it means to be a real Christian. Because if you did, you wouldn't be doing this in the first place.
That's right.
You have such a fear for God, you'd be so scared, you wouldn't hardly do nothing without referring to the word. Amen. But people come up and do anything nowadays and still call themselves saved and sanctified. Amen. But we talked about the other week, they doing all kind of ungodly, lascivious acts right in the middle of the church. They in the back room, they on the bus. They everywhere. Preacher got his gun and his liquor bottle. And looking at the secretary. They lying, cheating, and stealing. Deacon got a pack of cigarettes in his pocket. All in the name of the Lord. That's why we got to know. That's why he said put on the whole on. Because look, the devil is smart.